what could be said about Friday the 13th? It is one of the most popular horror movies, and it's one of them that inspired the horror genre. Now, what is Friday the 13th? Well, it's about this killer who wears a hockey mask who is somehow immune to bullets. Yeah. Now, this was an 80s franchise, meaning that the kills aren't all that great, like sometimes people could just go down just one hit. But hey, it was a really good concept. Just a killer at camp, just attacking people. Yeah, it was awesome. But we're gonna talk about video games. So, Friday the 13th on NES isn't a bad game, but it's not a good game either. And if you expect to see kills like this, then you're just out of your mind. The game starts out with a knife going through Jason's mask. And then the game starts. And this barely resembles any of the movies. Like, do you remember teenagers shooting rocks at zombies? Because I don't. Also, listen to this music. I've heard 5-second loops on NES games before, but this is way worse than any of them. Did you hear that? That's the Jason alarm. You see that weird green flashing thing? That's me. And that orange person is Jason, so you gotta get there before he kills one of the counselors. When you go into a house that has Jason inside of it, the counselor says thank you. Well, I didn't kill Jason yet, but you're welcome. There are these 3D sections of the cabin that look horrible. Like, I can tell that they were trying to do something 3D, but they did a bad job because the controls are delayed beyond belief. Like, when you hit the up button on the D-pad, it like takes a sec, and then you move, but you just didn't move when you wanted to. Like, it's just horrible. Heck, sometimes you gotta double tap it to make sure it works. And then you fight Jason, and now the graphics on NES aren't that much to complain about, but couldn't they have made Jason look more like Jason? Like, he's wearing a blue mask and purple clothing, and plus he's holding a toothbrush or something. Like, when in the movie did you see Jason just dress up like that? After you fight Jason, there's this option to go to this rocky area, which we'll get to later. All you ever do in this game is just run around, fight zombies, and then go light up fires in camps. Like, literally, that's all you ever do. Now, this game barely resembles anything from the games, and that's pretty sad. Like, for a game that's based off of an R-rated horror series, there's really not much to talk about. Like, there's barely any killing. Like, seriously, I just don't like this. Even though this game was made by a third-party company, it was actually licensed by Nintendo. Don't tell me that this was because of some licensing issue or something, like copyright and stuff. Like, if they were able to license the title of the movie, then that means they were able to license all the stuff that was in it. Like, why couldn't they do all that? Remember that rocky part I mentioned earlier? Well, that's where you go to fight the final boss. So, when you enter the cave, you get greeted in this pretty cool cave level, but there's no map, so you just gotta know where to go. Once you find it, there's this door, and you fight this Medusa head. Yeah, a Medusa head for a final boss. Now, I know that this is supposed to be Jason Mother's head from Friday the 13th 2, but like, it looks nothing like it. Why is it blue with purple hair? Now, again, the graphics on NES are limited, but like, take a look at Ninja Gaiden. That game looks awesome. Now, the boss fight's pretty easy once you learn its attack patterns, and that's basically all there is to say about this game. You think I'm going to end the video right here, you think? Well, no, I'm going to be reviewing another game, but before I do that, I want to talk about my biggest complaint about this game. Now, when you go explore the overworld, left makes you go right, and right makes you go left. I'm not joking. You see Jason in a house on the map screen. So you just go there in the direction that makes sense, but it turns out you're going the wrong way. Like, I hate that. Now, I'm going to be reviewing a video game on the Atari 2600, and it is called Frankenstein. And I gotta say, this is a pretty ambitious Atari game. So, let's go try it out. Now, this game looks pretty cool. Like, it's pretty ambitious for the 2600, and everyone knows how limited the graphics are. Like, look at the shading on the floor. Like, it looks awesome. And this is unlike anything I've ever seen on the console. Now, the goal of the game is to collect these red squares, and when you collect them, you'll be able to unlock a bonus level. You just run into this green square, and when you do, you have to dodge a bunch of birds. Like, the level's pretty short and easy. Like, look at this. Look at how I can finish it. You can finish it so quickly. The enemies that you face in this game are these blue ghosts and red spiders. There's also a white spider variant that just hangs down on you while you're platforming. I really like the guy that you play as. He reminds me of Pitfall Harry from the game Pitfall, which is from the same console. Now, this game has horrible jumping controls. I know it's like this on other games at the time, like Donkey Kong. When you jump, this guy like locks in place, and it's really annoying. Like, when you jump, there's no correcting it. It's not like in Mario where you can do that. I'm sure you're wondering why Frankenstein is white. Well, every bolt of lightning, he turns more green. What happens when you die, or when he turns completely green? Well, I'll show you in a sec. Yeah, there's not much to say about this game. Now, I don't have that much left to show you. All I got is just to show you what happens when you die, or when Frankenstein turns all green. Now, that's basically it for this video. Now, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something new. Now, while you're waiting, how about you go watch a Friday the 13th movie and just see how cringe they are. Or you could watch a classic and watch Frankenstein. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I hope you have a happy Halloween.